All right, let me see if I can get this to record here. There we go. All right. So welcome to tonight's team training. I know we've got people jumping in and out here, but I am excited for us to dive into this call. Tonight is very exciting. We have so much that's going on with our team and with our company right now, guys. You are in the right place at the right time, and I am so excited seeing the momentum that we are generating and picking up. And we are so honored to have our team's upline, Denise Walsh, Black Diamond leader in the company, who is on here. And I know that you must be seeing what we're seeing, that, boom that's happening on even a larger scale, looking at the team as a whole. And I don't know, tell me how you are feeling coming back from conference.
Oh my gosh, you guys. How many of you were at conference? I would love to hear in the chat. And if you weren't, that's okay. I hope you feel the excitement too, because really coming home from conference, it always gives us the clear focus and clear goal. You know what I mean? I think sometimes throughout the year we can get distracted when life happens, but what we know is that coming from conference, we're filled to the brim with energy, and we know exactly what to talk about, and we know exactly our target because of the bonuses that they announce. So like everybody's on fire, they're excited, they're focused, and they're able to duplicate that within their team, and that's just spreading like wildfire.
Yeah. Well, I was saying this week, when I look back, I'm like, over the 6.5 years I've been in the business, I mean, our team has earned over $1 million in these bonuses. Like, if you were to put a guesstimate on it, how much would you say your team has earned in bonuses? Like,
Oh my gosh.
it's just one of those things that we never really contemplate. I was like, that's freaking huge. Like, we need to talk about this.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I went ambassador with no bonuses. So I was not in the, yeah, I know. Well, and that's the cool thing about our compensation plan, is that it truly stands alone. So we were making 30 grand a month at triple, right? And so, and that's without any bonuses. And so by the time we got ambassador 5 years into our business, they didn't do the bonuses quite yet. But what I can tell you is that after, I think it was like 2013, 2012, when they started the bonuses, like it gave us that carrot, it gave us the carrot, it gave us the focus, it gave us the energy, and just a reason to push even more, because we knew people could go diamond. We know it's possible, right? Yeah. But when you give a deadline like that, so much more happens because you put parameters around your goal and you've really created a vision for it. So if millions have hit the bonus in your team, Barb, right? I know that within.
I know. I was like,
that's crazy. We should totally edit that.
Cool. Look back. Like, it is crazy when you think about the fact, though, like, what company do you know that pays out like $1 million to its employees, let alone just in bonuses, let alone just on like one little leg of the team over here? You know what I mean? It's crazy when you realize the impact that this business is having. And, sometimes we don't stop and look back at that enough to remind ourselves of like what's possible. I sat on Sunday, I was doing a party, and I was sharing with some of the people at the party how what Mark did this too good draw, like one of my first real year in the company. And we were at Dash when they drew all those names, and it was Kathy Roberts, a single mom on our team from Kitchener, who won a $20,000 cash payout in US dollars. And it literally changed her life. Went from like cooperative housing, driving a broken down car, to like buying a car, moving into the neighborhood of her choice for her kids, and watching that life transformation happen. I was like, we need to talk about these stories more, about like what this company actually does, because the company is all about, giving back, and that the heart of love that's within the company. But the opportunity that's here is so massive and truly life-changing. So I feel like we are on the verge of some huge things happening, and just a ton of people's lives being touched who are looking for something like this. So anyhow, we've just kind of jumped into it, but I want to take a minute and just introduce you guys. If you are brand new to the team, if you're watching this as a newbie to the team, we want to just welcome you. And I'm Barb Hauser, Ambassador Diamond Leader here in Ontario, Canada. And tonight we have our own Black Diamond upline, Denise Walsh, who's from Michigan. And she is going to share with us tonight just a little bit of vision casting. In 6.5 years of getting to work with this woman, I just love her heart for helping cast vision. And that's always been something I think you've, branded yourself for, because it's true. If we don't have a vision, how are we going to get anywhere? And even the Bible says, like, without vision, people perish. It's like, no, like, we want to thrive in this business. We want to succeed. And so we've got to have that vision. And so you've always been a great dream caster and vision caster for our team as a whole. And I know that whether you're getting started in your business, whether you've been in for a while, or whether you're just ready to take things to the next level, we've got to revisit those dreams. We have to redream. I remember standing at your house and writing on that redream board goals that we had for the year, and we reached them. And it's crazy to look back and know that that is totally possible. So for everyone who doesn't know you, I would love it if you would just tell us quickly a little bit of your story, of what's been happening to you in the crazy 10 years you've been with this company too.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for inviting me, Barb. Hi, everybody. My name is Denise Walsh. I have been a part of this company for about 13 years. In May, it'll be 13 years. So I started when I was 26 years old. I was a clinical psychologist, which means I basically worked in a community mental health. I did group therapy, individual therapy. I saw people at the jail. I just did a little bit of everything because I worked in a small community mental health, which means they have no resources and you do everything. That's what that means. And I got into the field of psychology because I love people, and I really felt like I had this, like I could believe in people 3 steps ahead of where they believe in themselves. And so I thought psychology was my way to, like Barb said, cast vision and help people like really own their awesomeness and step out of the stuckness and their rut and grow and thrive. But it didn't take long in that field to be tired, bored, burnt out, and ready for something new. I am a goal-getter. I love to set myself a goal and go get it. And in the corporate world, there really wasn't room for that. There wasn't a ladder to climb. There wasn't a next step for me. No matter how hard I worked, I wouldn't really get paid more. In fact, my last year, they had furlough days. They couldn't pay us. So they just told us to take days off without pay. I remember taking mental health days for my own mental health because I was so burnt out with the clients that I was working with. It was just a tough population. And so I was looking for something new. I was looking for a way to use my gifts and my skills, but like make a bigger impact and certainly make more money, because I knew that in my job, my starting salary as a master's level clinical psychologist was $35,000 a year. And when I left 5 years later, it was 38, you're like, this is not going very quickly. And so needless to say, I had my eyes open. I was looking for something. And a lot of us are in that space, right? Where we're like, I know I don't want to be here, but I don't know what else to do. I started seeing clients at my church, cash. I started looking for other jobs, but then I would get scared. Like, at least here, I know the paperwork. Was it really the grass greener on the other side? And so I stayed where I was, even though I didn't like it, for about 5 years, looking for something else. And if you've ever been in that position, I'd love for you to like put a 1 in the chats below, let us know, because I think so many of us live in this state of I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for my next step. But we don't know how to do it. And so for me, this business was an amazing way to grow in my gifts, to use my passion for helping others grow in a situation that can actually help them. And so my husband and I got started in 2007. Within 3 years, we both were able to quit our full-time jobs. Brandon was an aerospace engineer and I was a clinical psychologist. So in 2010, we both quit our full-time jobs. We spent 6 weeks in Australia building an Aussie team. And I often say it works paid for my house and my babies the same year, because we paid off our first house and had to do IVF for my 2 redheaded little boys. And Barb, what's so crazy about our story, and it's not crazy because it's actually happening to more than just me, it's happening all throughout our team, is that we've been full-time with our business for a decade. You know what I mean? That is stinking amazing. Actually, this weekend, I need to post about that. Actually, that's hilarious. Okay, thank you for the reminder. Valentine's Day was my last day of, like, Valentine's Day was the day we went to Australia after I quit my job.
Wow.
So on Friday was my last day. On Sunday, we went to Australia 10 years ago, and we haven't looked back since. So 1 year it took me to go diamond, 2 years it took me to go double, 3 triple, 4 presidential, 5 ambassadors, and 8 years to go black diamond. And we hit that in 2015.
Crazy. I remember being there for that.
Yes, I know. Isn't that fun? Yeah, I need to do a post. Can you believe it's been 10 years since we quit our jobs? And when we quit our jobs, we thought the worst thing that could happen is we have to go back to work. Like, because you even know we were making 10 grand a month when we quit. But we were still scared. You know, you're a little bit like, oh, this is what if I don't know. And so we thought, well, the worst thing that could happen is that we would have to go back to work. And now we're like, that is the worst thing that could happen. Nobody wants to wake up to an alarm when you haven't for a long time. But truly, Barb, just the freedom of traveling. We've traveled the world. We've gotten to go on super fun vacations with It Works, and because of It Works, we have our 2 little boys, and now they have 2 work from home parents. And so when we say that this business is life changing, it's not just your life, you know, it's the ripple effect and the legacy that you leave, because not only did we get to dream ourselves and like thrive ourselves. I often say I don't have a rags to riches story. I have a survive to thrive story. And how many parents do you know who are just surviving? You know, who don't like what they're doing, who are grouchy and overworked and underpaid and have to go grocery shopping on Saturday afternoon when it's so busy, you know what I mean? And so I think my boys have 2 parents with brain space, 2 parents that have paid off debt, who are doing what they love. And I mean, that ripple affects itself into generations to come.
For sure. No, it's so true. And you know what? It's truly like we have to expand our mind. And you know, you were the first one that said to me, like, you have to grow a new brain cell in this business. And it's so true. It's like you just can't even comprehend what truly is possible with this company. Whether you've been with another company before and you've got, you know, your ideas of what's actually possible in this industry, like that was me coming from doing different things. And you know, when you come in here, you have to like give yourself space and grace to grow that new brain cell and know that things that you never would have dreamed of, things that never crossed your mind as like a possible life you could have, is now a possibility because of this. Mm-hmm. So it has been I
certainly didn't have a brain cell. I often say I was a hard worker. I was not a visionary follower. Thankfully, I followed the right people. But really, I came in with hard work ethic. I was disciplined. I was a goal-getter. I was an athlete. I knew what it was like to push through, you know, the pain of a marathon race and things like that. So I came in with some grit. But it wasn't until I was here that I truly had a next step to follow, and I had that next goal to hit. So if you're new, your first goal is getting those 6 customers and getting your free product. And then it's going Ruby. And then every single time you have your eyes on your goal, you talk about it, you think about it, you plan it, you take action towards it. And as you hit that goal, your vision starts to grow. I did not understand what people would do with $1 million in a year. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why you'd need that. It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, if I'm going to have a hobby, I might as well make money. But then once I made the $500 a month, I thought, oh, well, let's go for it. That wasn't that hard. Like, now that I know how to do that, I can keep going. And I think that's how you grow your brain cell, is you be around people who are doing what you want to do. So you realize it's not magic. It's simply hard work and passion and grit. And then you start seeing it yourself and you go, well, if I can make 5,000, I can make 10. And if I can make 10, I can make 20. And when you start seeing your check grow and your team start to grow, your confidence grows too. So I often say action is king and belief is queen, because they do go hand in hand. But I know my belief grew through taking action.
Yes. No, it's true. And action cures fear, right? Because fear is the biggest thing that holds all of us back, that stops us even from dreaming, like our fear of success. you know, for so many people, that's the biggest thing that holds us back. And it's subliminal, and we don't even realize that it's there. We think that we're fearing the work or we're fearing whatever, when at the end of the day, oftentimes that deep down fear is really fearing our own success and fearing that we're going to become everything that we're actually capable of, and not knowing how we're going to handle it.
It is funny how we do that. But I remember thinking things like, you know, am I a good leader? What does that even mean? You know, can I handle having this many people on my team? Everybody's looking at me for answers, and, you know, you grow into it. And so I think no matter where you are in this business, that's a fear that's not happening right now. So like, let's focus on today. Yeah. And we all grow into it. You know, we grow into the space that we're given. And I think for us, I remember Brandon put $84,000 on our whiteboard. He just wrote it on the whiteboard. And I said, what's that? I'm like, that's crazy. And he goes, that's $1 million a year. It's $84,000 a month. And it stayed on our whiteboard for about a year until we made it. But I think when I think back to that, I think it being on our whiteboard helped to create that brain cell, because I was looking at it every day. I was looking at it, I was working my business, and I started really thinking like, oh, this is possible. And within a year, we were making that. And so I think you guys, when you think about why you got started, it may be for $500 a month. A lot of us times it is. Start there. Put that on your whiteboard, put it on your mirror, put it everywhere. Start really growing your brain cell for that. And when you get there, your brain cell will grow. But what's so cool is you'll be able to cast vision for others whose goal is $500 a month, right? So you can duplicate what you've learned within your team. And what's so fun is when you learn and teach, and share what you're learning, your team will thrive. Because they're kind of one step behind where you are, and you can share with them what you're learning, and they're going to be like excited to keep learning too.
Yeah. Well, and even like you think about how that, your kids absorb what's around them and what you're dreaming of, and then seeing you accomplish those dreams. And the same thing for our team, you know, and we have to set that example. We have to go first, right? Like the leaders, we got to like go through the struggles first. We have to stretch our mindset, grow the brain cell. So, you know, you don't need to feel overwhelmed by everything you need to do in the business, but you need to just start working on growing yourself and growing your mindset for what you truly want out of this business. So knowing that you've been in for over a decade now, you have helped so many people who've jumped on board. We've got new distributors right the way through to people that have been in for 6.5 years like me. On this call. But for people that are jumping, whether they're jumping in new or whether they're running now and trying to reach Diamond, what would be some of the advice that you would give to them? And what would be some action steps? You know, I loved how on the family call the other night, Pam said, every single call should be like a working Zoom. So what's something that's like an action step that we should be telling the team? Hey guys, this is something to work on right now. Here's something to put into play.
Yeah. Well, I know that for me, every day in my business, I'm doing two things. I'm generating leads and I'm following up with them. Generating leads, following up with them. Generating leads and following up with them. Maybe it's a post that says, you know, who wants to drink coffee and lose weight? You know, or who wants to drink coffee in the morning and be full till noon? You know, you're just posting a simple question, a one-liner, and then you're following up with anybody who likes or comments. Now, what I have found is that stories are even better than posting these days. So putting before and after pictures and keeping your stories full. But then also don't forget about belly to belly. So when I say generating leads, I'm talking about everywhere, this on social media and off. And I know Barb is the queen of blitzing and expos and face-to-face marketing. And you'll never, like, she meets friends no matter where she is. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to just incorporate into our everyday life. But if you have not yet posted about your business today, then even post a one-liner just like that. Who wants to drink coffee and get skinny? Who wants like an easy bulletproof in the morning? You know, things like that. And you're just generating leads and then you're following up with them. And if you do that every day, you will never wonder, what should I do for my business today? What should I do? I don't even know what to do for my business today, because you will have people who are in your inbox that you can follow up with consistently.
I love it.
Ooh, Sarah has a mom to mom sale happening. Awesome. And those are the things just to get creative. I know I'm doing an expo in a few weeks with Nikki here in Grand Rapids, a big women's event. They've been doing it for years. And we're sampling coffee there. And so again, it's just getting out and letting people know you're open for business. Uh-oh, is Barb frozen? Barb, are you frozen? Well, I'll just go to her next question. She did give me some questions she was going to ask. So I'll just go to the next one. We'll see if she, oh, are you back?
I think I'm back. I don't even know what happened there. That was so strange. My computer literally just died and it's plugged in. Anyways, okay.
Well, that was fast. Good job. We had just figured out you were gone.
Jumped on my phone. Anyways, okay. So I know you had kind of stepped in there, so I don't want to cut you off on your train of thought either.
Oh, no, I was just going to move because we were talking about posting, right? Generating leads and following up with leads consistently every single day. So you never wonder what you're going to do in the business because you always have people to follow up with. And then we moved to belly and expos or parties or try-its or sample parties or things like that. Blitzing, I know you're the queen of that, which brings me to local events and really getting in front of each other because I know the community is the glue for keeping things fun, keeping the energy high. You guys, I've done this business for years, going to events consistently, and I've done it for years sitting behind my computer. And I can tell you, getting out from behind my computer and into events is so much more fun. So when you've got local events coming, I would absolutely make it a priority to get there because this is kind of what keeps your soul fed. You never know what tip or trick you're going to hear. You never know like what is going to spur you to the next level. And then we often use our local events as a way to bring guests. So when you are out and about at parties or expos or blitzing or even social media, because you can do a lot locally on social media too, when somebody says, oh, I want to learn more, you can invite them to the next event. And that's a great place for them to learn because they're going to be able to feel the culture. They're going to be able to ask questions. These are going to be real people making money. And so we use events locally as a really great way to kind of bridge social media to in person, but bring energy into the team.
Well, and I love how you guys have always done such a great job of that in Michigan. And I mean, for years, like I was traveling out there almost every month to come to every event that you guys did, because being in the room and being around the energy of other like-minded people who are on the same path as you are and, you know, wanting more out of life and loving helping people and all the things that the culture of this company really stands for. When you get to events and you surround yourself with that energy, like you just leave so filled up. And I know that we've got team from all over the place on the call tonight. And so going to events.itworks.com, you're going to be able to find events that are close to you. Look up local events, look up local leaders around you, get connected with those leaders. We do a team meeting once a month. It's the third Wednesday of every month here in Ontario. And this month we've moved to a new location and we have a special guest coming in this month. So if you are in Ontario, I want you to drop a comment and tell us that you're here and you're local. And I hope that you guys have made this a priority to come to our event. Now, if you weren't aware of all of the amazing benefits that we've been sharing about with this event, it's not just our regular team meeting and it's not just a new location. We have a corporate rep coming in. Maribeth Dodd is one of our field regional development managers. And this is the first time she's been to Canada and the first time she's come to do an event with us. And guys, I am so excited. The time and experiences that I've had with Maribeth, just learning from her. She has such incredible leadership to really offer. She worked as a distributor in the field, but you know, I love the fact that you have worked so much more closely with her than I have, Denise. And I thought maybe you can give us a little bit of insight. Like, you know, Maribeth is not the type to brag on herself, but you know, what are some of the highlights of what she really brings to the table and reasons why everyone wants to be there in the room with her energy and to bring their guests tomorrow night We're also, get this, she's coming to do this, try it with us. And she has offered, she's staying for a full day to do a day of team events with us. So on Thursday, we're going to the aquarium down in Toronto, and then we're going out for dinner. And everyone that's local can earn their spot to come to dinner, and everyone is welcome to come for the day at Ripley's. And so there's so many opportunities to get around Maribeth. And I just would love for you to share with them reasons why you think they need to take advantage of this incredible offer that I know how privileged we are, but I know you can share a little bit of insight for that too.
Yes, that's amazing. I did not know all that was happening. Oh my goodness. How cool. So Mary Beth and I will be like, so where can we travel together? Because it's just so much fun. So there's a few things that you'll really want to pick her brain on when you get around her. First of all, she was a sideline sister to me for many years in the business. And so we did events together. We did team hangouts together. We did a lot together throughout the years. And then when she moved on to corporate, she was able to do all of that throughout the entire corporate, throughout the entire field. And Mary Beth has a few cool, obviously lots of cool traits, but the things that I really love about her is that she is this, I want to say strong, and she's strong and she's got this quiet confidence. You know what I mean? She's not going to be the one that takes over. She's gonna give you guys the stage, right? She'll of course do her presentation, and she's really powerful because she's known the Pentecost family since she was in middle school. So she's got lots of history, and she understands the culture of the company. But she has this this confidence, this belief, this knowing of where the company is going, because of that history, but also because she's in all of these insider meetings now, and she knows what's happening with product. She knows what's happening with marketing, and she's just ready to carry the flag. So she's somebody that knows that she knows that she knows that this is the place to be, and she knows exactly why, and she knows how to display that confidence and that belief to your prospects into the room. And so when I know a corporate person is, especially Mary Beth, is coming to an event, I know that these are events I want to get prospects at, and my new distributors, frankly, because I want them to capture their belief. You know, she's somebody who's going to to me, she's overflowing in that confidence, and she knows where the company is going. And so you want to be around that. You want to pick her brain on what's happening on these insider meetings. You want to pick her brain on what's possible in a company like this. And I know that when you're around people like her, that's when you start to grow those brain cells. Mm-hmm. One example for me is Carla Burns and I were sidelines. We signed up a month apart. Yes. We signed up in March, and I signed up in April of 2007. And I remember we were sitting around Carla's pool because we were actually all in the same small group. And we were sitting around Carla's pool, and Carla goes, "We're going to be millionaires." And I was like, "Really? What do you mean?" And she was like, "This is it. We're going to be millionaires." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I can tell you her belief in this business and in this industry and in this company and in these products and in us, her just saying that was a pivotal moment for me, where I was able to say, well, if Carla says so, I believe it. And those are the types of things you'll experience when you're at these events. And Mary Beth does an amazing job of casting that vision because of just her strength. You know what I mean? She's a ton of fun, but she's got that overwhelming belief, overflowing confidence that we all can think grab a hold of.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. And
it is really an honor, you guys. Even when she came to Grand Rapids one time last year, she didn't stay because her parents are here, so she went home. But she went, we were there for 3 hours, and we ate it all up. So take advantage of it, because oftentimes people don't quite realize what they have their hands on or the power of it until you're there. And so if you don't quite know if it's something that you need to do, if you need to rearrange things, if you need to get a sitter or all of that, just borrow our confidence and know that this is an opportunity you don't want to let pass you by.
No, I'm so excited about having her come. I think, that's it. You explained it perfectly. Her quiet confidence, like
Yes, yes,
she
that's a good way to put
she
it.
just like her presence is so comforting in the fact that it's just such good confirmation. Like, yeah, you're
She's so
supposed to be here.
calm.
Like,
Yeah,
this
like a
is
calm,
absolutely,
confident.
this is going to happen for you. Absolutely. Like, obviously that's where we're all going together. And I just know like her experience, even with like with her role in the church, and like working with her worship team and things like that. I think, so much of what we do in this business is, I mean, really everyone who joins this business is a volunteer. Like, they're not our employees. We are all volunteers for this business. We choose every day to put in our time, and it's not easy working with volunteers. Sometimes it's hard to motivate people, right? But in so many different aspects, when you learn to just edify and empower people, that's really what it is. It makes them want to continue showing up. And I think that corporate has done such an incredible job of bringing people on board who do that, who understand how to help you find that motivation within yourself to show up and volunteer for your business every day, and still until it starts paying you like, the full-time big time job that it totally will. And I know that it is such an honor for her to give us all of this extra time. I don't think she knows what she's in for, coming to Canada and thinking like, oh, it's going to be this great tourist vacation like here in Canada in the winter. So I'm going to bring her a parka, and we're going to go do some indoor fun activities. But just having this time with her, having her come tomorrow night for our guests, it is something that we don't want to pass up. We don't want to let this opportunity slip you by, where even if you just invite people and they don't come, you have planted and or watered that seed that you planted before, and they're going to watch you. And when you get there, when you get to events, if you were at conference, all those pictures that you have, I was just looking through them at dinner time and saying like, I got to post more of these pictures. Like, nobody else out there has a job like we do, where we have as much fun as we have as much support as we have. And so we've got to be loud about that, because everybody wants this. They just don't even know what it is. So I know getting to events is key. Bringing people around that energy. I'm so excited for what Maribeth is going to bring for us. But, at the end of the day, we've got to have this vision for where we're going with this business. And so I would love it if you would just kind of end our call tonight with really helping cast some vision. Share your vision, share what you have grasped of Mark's vision. I know being there in Costa Rica, what the things that were shared, the things that have happened at conference, the exclusive time that you've had for your Black Diamond getaway at the island. You have spent so much one-on-one time with our CEO and with his family, and the heart of this company probably closer than any of us in the field. And I think that is the vision that I want to have our new distributors catch tonight, because that is what's going to propel them through the next few months. And they've got to realize that, like, if you just joined this month, guys, your diamond bonus is totally possible by the end of May. But if you have been in the company for 6 years and you just decide that today you're going to start working, the end of March is not too far for you either. And some of you guys can make it happen before the end of this month if you really put your mind to it. So you are just such a visionary, and I'm going to turn it over to you and let you share a little bit of the fire that I know you have for us.
Yeah, well, one of the things that you reminded me of when you said that Mary Beth was in ministry before this is, and we're all volunteers, which is so true. And one of the things that I know that has kept me in the game this long enough to see crazy success, was the fact that what corporate casted for me was not just a vision of what this company could do for me, but what this vision for what this company could do for so many people. It was like a bigger purpose than myself. You know what I mean? And I think when you're working with volunteers, we want to help them to understand a few things. Number one, they can do it. You don't need to be a social media queen. You don't need to take a million selfies. You don't need to do something that's not kind of your innate nature. Sure, you're going to have to learn new skills. You're going to have to get outside your comfort zone, but you can do this because of who you already are. And so one of the big lessons I learned in this business, in fact, I wish we had it taped, but it was like before video happened, before YouTube, my first time giving a 3-minute aha little speech, I got to pick a song to walk up on stage to, and I chose "You've Got a Friend in Me," Toy Story. And my whole spiel with that aha moment was, I don't need to be anybody else. I just need to be my best me. And what I'm good at is being a good friend. And that is what I want to offer my leads, my prospects, my new distributors, my customers, etc. And so for all of you, you can be awesome at this business because of your innate strengths. Do you love product? Do you love health? Do you love coffee? Do you love energy? Are you a new mom? What is it that you really love? What makes you excited? And you can do that within this business. And when you realize, right, that this business is more than just $500 a month, but it truly is about who you are as a person, and allows you to fulfill your life purpose within and because of this company, you no longer hear the word no. You don't even hear it, because you're like, I know where I'm going. I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. I know that I know that I know that I can help many people here, including myself and my family. And the ripple effect is profound. So the first thing is know what your strengths are, right? Know what your strengths are. Know that you can do this business no matter what that is. You can really hone in and thrive in this space. The second thing is to allow that excitement, that desire to go from your head, which is, what do you want? What do you want? Do you want $500 a month? Why do you want $500 a month? Do you want to go pay cash for Christmas? Do you want to take your kids to Disney? Why? Get that clarity in your mind. Because that's honestly step one, is why are you here? So many of us we're not doing this because we're bored. We're doing this because we're hungry. So why are you hungry? So clarity on what it is that you want, but then moving that to your passion and understanding that this business can and will fulfill your life purpose. And then we move that to our feet, head, heart, feet. Your feet is massive action. You will not make money doing training videos all day. You will not. You will not. I promise you. You will make money when you watch what other people are doing and you do it. You take massive action in a direction. And I think that that's when momentum is created. And when you stop hearing the word no, and you truly are just excited about where you want, because you're in alignment. You know what you want, you're passionate and excited about it, and you're taking that massive action. Now, Barb, you also asked about being around the Pentecost family and around this culture for so long. I have never been around a group of people who do what they say they're going to do than this company, period. And so, well, here is what I know. When Mark has that dream, when he knows what he wants and he's so stinking excited about it, his passion overflows, and he and the corporate staff are taking massive action together. Guys, magic is created. Momentum is created. This is where millionaires are created. 2 + 2 does not equal 4 anymore when you're working with that intensity and that intention. And I've seen Mark move the headquarters from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Florida. I've seen him buy a golf course, an island, a ranch, build his dream house several times because his vision continued to grow. And so what I know in my life is that I want to be around people like that. I want to be around people who aren't settling. I want to be around people who are saying yes to their dreams consistently. I want to be around people who are taking action towards those dreams and actually checking them off the dream board. And so what I know is that this is a place where that is happening. And 2020 is I feel like a clean slate, because this last year we spent so much time kind of rearranging ourselves. We had some changes. And so it's like a 180, and now we're ready to just run. And the question is who is going to be a part of it? And I know that everybody can. The question is do you really want to? And when you do want to, and you just like connect that desire with your emotion, you take that action in the same, and like you have that alignment of your head, heart, and feet, my friends, like you're going to have people sign up that you didn't even ask. Like you're going to have people sign up on the last day of the month that told you 3 weeks ago they were going to sign up and they didn't, but they do now. You know what I mean? Like so many, like the how starts to show up. So the question I have for you is, what is your next goal? What do you really want? And do you know why you want it? Are you passionate about it? And are you doing the action necessary in order to make waves happen in your business? Because it's happening. It really is. It's happening all around the world, and it might as well be you too. We want you to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, I love that. You know, as you were sharing that, I thought back to, do you remember the story that you shared about the frog when we were at Dash? I feel like you need to share that story right now.
Okay. Yeah. So Dash, this story. This is when we went Black Diamond.
I know. This was like huge. It makes me emotional thinking about sitting in your room and those headphones, and like that was a big moment. Pivotal moments, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was an interesting. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is what we did. At Dash. Dash is for top 100 at this point.
Yeah, it was top 100 that year. Top, no, that was top 75 year, but anyways, whatever.
Yeah, so it was the top income earners, right? And so we had a group of our team there, and we brought them into our suite, and we gave them all like Bose headphones. And I don't know if they were Bose, I don't remember the brand, but they were like headphones. And and I shared this story about why they were these headphones, and the story is this. So there's a community of frogs at the base of a mountain, and they there's mountains on all sides, and they're all just kind of hanging out in the pond on their lily pads. And one of the frogs says something like, I want to see what's up on that mountain. Let's go see what's up on top of the mountain. And he goes around and he talks to all the other frogs, and some of them are like, why would you want to do that? It's totally fine here on this lily pad. Some of them said, frogs are not made to climb mountains. What are you talking about? Our legs are like long and skinny. Some of them said yes, but others like totally poo-pooed his idea. So he went to the base of the mountain with just a few that said yes, and they started to hop, just like hop, hop, hop up the mountain. And everybody who naysayed them were standing at the base of the mountain, and they were yelling things like, what are you doing? Why are you even trying? Frogs aren't made to climb mountains, and it's fine down here. Why are you wasting your time? You're not made for this. It's not going to work. You're not going to get to the top of the mountain. And one by one, these frogs started falling off. They fell off the mountain and splashed right into the pond, except for except for that ringleader. He just consistently hop, 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 hop. He hopped to the top of the mountain. And when he got to the top, he was able to look like for miles and miles and see more mountain ranges and more valleys. And it was so beautiful. And it was something that no one in his frog family had ever seen before. And so he came back down to the mountain, and the people started asking him, how did you do that? You must be so lucky. How did you complete this task? Nobody has ever done it before. But the frog just stared blankly at them because he couldn't hear a thing. He was completely deaf. So when the naysayers were yelling at him climbing this mountain, he didn't hear a thing. The others heard what they were saying and fell because they decided to believe it. He, on the other hand, became a professional ignorer of what others were saying and kept his eyes on the summit of the mountain. He knew where he was going, and he didn't hear anything else. And he's the only one who made it to the top.
I love it. I love that story. And I think, you know what, So many on our team right now are just beginning their climb up their mountains. And it is so easy to let life pull you back and knock you down and tell you that you're never going to get where you want to go. Even your family, the people around you that are close to you. And that is reason why more than ever, you have to surround yourself with people who want the same thing for you that you want, the people who see the vision of where you are going, the people who are willing to cheer you on your climb or climb with you. And I am so excited because I think thank you for sharing that, because I think that is just perfectly timed to help everybody remember that that's it. You just got to tune it out, guys. You have to keep your eyes focused on where you want to go, have that vision. Don't let anything deter you from where you want to go. And it absolutely is possible for you. We are sitting here with one of the only Black diamonds in the company so far. And I mean, Denise, like what you have accomplished in this business is incredible. And you couldn't have done it if you did not become a professional ignorer. And I am grateful for your influence for me to remember that, right? Like, just do you, keep your eyes on the prize, stay focused on where you're going. And, you know, we are so grateful for your time tonight and your insight and, you know, just sharing a little bit about what we have to look forward to over the next 2 days with having Mary Beth here. And I know that this year is going to be amazing. And I can't wait for you and I to be standing and watching so many of our team cross the stage at next year's conference, and our big section in the VIP area filled with new top leaders for people who were deaf and just got to their destination. So
Eyes on the summit. And that's the thing, you guys, is that, you know, you have to say no to something good to say yes to something great. And if you want to pay off debt, and if you want to hit these bonuses, and if you want to go on a family vacation, if you want to truly change your life, then it's going to be head down, blinders on for a season so you can create momentum. If you think about an airplane, they don't just like burp, you know, like they have to create momentum. They have to go on the runway so they can get off the ground. And that's what these bonuses allow you to do, to create that momentum by being consistent and creating new business habits for several months in your business. And Barb can attest, there's several of us in here who can say when you do that, amazing things happen in your business. And it might not be the person you sign up, but you're going to find somebody who finds somebody who finds somebody who goes triple diamond in a year. You're going to find somebody who finds somebody who finds somebody who knows someone in Australia who begins to rock it out. You know, like these things happen all of the time when you're consistently bringing new people into your team and casting vision for them, because you never know who's going to pick it up. And it might not be the person you sign, but there's somebody on your team who is going to. And I could tell story after story about when that's happened for us. And I know it's happening here too. So keep at it, my friends. Enjoy the journey and know that we're just getting started.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you guys. I hope that you take the fire from tonight, share it with your team, share it on the team pages, share it in your chats, go and post on your wall, go and put what you're feeling right now on paper. Send yourself a voice note in Messenger about your determination for where you're going to go, your determination to become deaf to everything around you, and to stay focused on that vision. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. Have an amazing evening and keep rocking it out. Thanks, Denise.
Good night.